So, as the oats are cooking, I want to talk about a few of our needs up here in the trees. The things we need to keep cooking, things we need to keep living. So, first off, let's start with oil, veggie oil. This is very important for cooking bread and brags. We're going to get to that later. That's another amazing tree original recipe. Yeah, so any kind of cooking oil. Sugar, very important. Make these oats even bomber, as well as put some food and put some yumminess into our coffee, our tea, things like that. Bananas, very important. We're all monkeys up here. We got to eat bananas. It's key. As I mentioned about the importance of fresh fruit earlier, bananas are quite possibly the greatest defense against the cutting of these trees. We need bananas desperately. Apples. We got to keep eating those appley, saucy oats. We got to get some apples up here. Ski masks. I can't eat while I talk to you guys because I need a bandana over my face, and I try and eat through the bandana. It doesn't work. We need some ski masks for canopy cooking. Very important. Citrus of any kind. Very key. Citrus is yummy. Granola. Granola is super bomb. We need some granola up here. Pea cord. Pea cord. Pea cord. Pea cord is what we make our dream catchers out of. Pea cord is how we get into trees. Pea cord is what we need. That's parachute cord. Look it up. Send it to us. We need pea cord. Homemade treats. Anything homemade. Pies, brownies, cakes, anything. We need homemade treats. That's very key. And most importantly, rope. We need rope. We need trucker's rope. That's monofilament trucker's rope. We need climbing rope, dynamic and static, and we need arborist line. If you can send us any of those, rope, we need rope. Send it to us. Thank you. Okay, so next we're going to be adding in the baby cereal. It's a barley single grain baby cereal. It comes out in these funky, chunky bits. Sometimes it's like that. And just sort of stir it in, and it'll give it a little bit of a thicker texture. It's going to make things pretty sweet. And it has everything that babies need to survive. And what are we up here but kind of like babies? We sit around and eat all day. And, yeah, so get that real stirred in good. And get it to a nice consistency. Some people like their oats more watery. Some people like them with a good goopiness. I'm part of the goopy opinion, so I'm going to keep adding a little more of the baby cereal. Yeah, we're getting that real nice and goopy. Okay. So we've got the consistency just about right. And the oats, if I could taste them, I would. They're just about right. They're just, you can bite through them, but it's not mush. So now we're going to add some of the other essential ingredients. Things to give it a little flavor, like granola. Just take a handful of it. By the way, I'm using my hands to scoop things out. That's because I'm using hand sanitizer very frequently. This is key in keeping clean up in the trees. Now, a couple little handfuls of granola. Mix that in. Give it a little bit of crunch, you know. That's how you want things. And next, let's add some raisins. Raisins are going to be pretty bomb. These raisins are these little small-ass things. I don't quite know why they're like that. They might actually not even be raisins. That's quite a possibility. But we're going to add them in.
What else might they be?
I don't know. Raisinets. Little mini raisins. Genetically modified mini things. And the chocolate chips. Very key.
Why do tree sitters need chocolate chips?
Well, we need sugar to keep us going every day.
That's for sure.
And because if we weren't eating chocolate chips, we'd be eating crack cookie cereal. And we're going to show you guys what crack cookie cereal is later on. And trust me, it's no good. It's some high fructose crap. All right. And then you can add in more of any of the other ingredients as you please.
Word.
So this is it. And then you can sort of dump a little bit of it into your personal cup as you please. And that is Canopy Oats. Made by tree sitters for tree sitters.
Word.
Well, that was some delicious oats. But I wanted to talk to you guys about one of the ingredients we used. The Gerber baby food. It occurred to me while I was eating my oats that you might have gotten the impression that it was okay for you to feed Gerber baby food to your baby. Up here in the trees, we want to make it exceptionally clear to you that while we may eat this food, we're eating it because we don't want it to go to waste. You should never feed processed food to your babies. In fact, you should not be feeding this to adults. We are taking a sacrifice by eating this food. It's highly processed. Ingredients in it include dicalcium phosphate and tocopherols, and a bunch of other random crap that you cannot pronounce. You don't want to be eating this, okay? So it's bad for babies. Alright?